Hey there to my 32 subscribers, my future subscribers, and all the people that secretly watch me without subscribing. As the last video pointed out, sometimes we dream things that will happen later. And as I was preparing to, collecting information for this video, I had a realization that I dreamed that I made this video years ago. And I thought it was crazy because I couldn't imagine me sitting in front of a camera, and here I am. So that happened. So this video, some of it I've got written down. I've got quite a bit written down actually, because I've spent quite a bit of time like looking up stuff, trying to decide what I wanted to say. And of course I don't want to forget anything, and I may ramble occasionally because that's who I am. I do that, and so bear with me while I go over some of the stuff. And anyway, this video is going to be about spiritual gifts, and so there are many gifts, all given by the same power and all equally important. It is pointed out that every part of our body is equally needed, even if we don't give those parts much thought until something is wrong with them. The same is true for spiritual gifts. They are all needed, even if some seem minor. Because the moment those gifts are not available, it will create a struggle with the rest. So don't think higher of yourself than others, but also don't think lower of yourself than others. Honor and respect everybody, as we are all important, and don't be jealous if someone has a gift that you wish you had. Be thankful for them and thankful for what you can provide to those in need. Offer the services of your gift with an open heart, not expecting anything in return. And so part of this is, like, for example, there's two different people I know that were just amazing playing piano, like better than anybody I've ever heard. And I know over the years I kept wishing that I could play like them, and I haven't touched a piano since I was little, so chances of that ever happening is pretty much non-existent. And so I'm just thankful any chance I get to hear them play. And I mean, I only get to hear one of them play now because the other one moved away, but I am thankful for her and, her ability to play and to share and to, what's the words I'm looking for? Make everybody else happy and excited and feel the music. And so anyway, and there's also a friend that I had talked about in a video a while back that just seems to remember everything that's in the Bible. And as much as I wish that I could do that, I can barely remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. So that's not even an option. And so anyway, I can't remember things. That's just the way it is. So if I ever forget something, just remember that I forgot. Anyway, so the first, these are the gifts listed. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians 12. I looked up a lot of stuff, so I'm guessing, but I think it was in 1 Corinthians 12. So the first gift is the gift of wisdom, and someone that is wise knows when and how to apply the truth to a situation. They can look at things where other people's opinions vary and make them make sense. They can also talk to the people and help them understand it and make sense of it as well. The next one is the gift of knowledge. Some people say the gift of knowledge was done away with, but I don't agree, because although anybody can read the facts, not everybody can understand them. And so it's really important to have someone that can read and understand and share the information with everyone else that doesn't understand. And some of the some people can't read either. So anyway, it's good to have somebody that has the knowledge. And the next one is the gift of faith. And I believe the gift of faith is more about people being inspired by how much faith another person has. And what I mean by that is, if you have somebody that their faith is really, really high and they believe they can do something, and other people are skeptical, thinking, oh no, you can't do that, that's not possible, and the person does it anyway just because they have faith, or if they expect something because they have faith it's going to happen, and other people just don't believe it, and then it does happen, their faith that it's going to happen, or that, you know, they got what they wanted, or what they wanted somebody else to have, that faith kind of spreads, and the other people that witness it, their faith is built because of it. Yeah, I hope that all made sense. I know I just rambled off, but anyway, the next one is the gift of healing. There's a lot of disagreement about the gifts of healing, but this is how I look at it. God ultimately decides who is healed and how they're healed. And often we don't know the reason why someone cannot be healed, but there is always a reason. I do think that God uses doctors to provide healing, despite some churches not believing in doctors. And I think God gives some people the gift to provide emotional and spiritual healing throughout other people's illnesses. And you know, the thing about the doctors, like the church I grew up in, they believe only in spiritual healing, faith healing. They don't believe in doctors at all, or so they say. Many of them end up going to the doctor eventually, even though they claim they don't believe in it. And I know growing up, people were put down for going to the doctors, and yet these same people end up going to them, sometimes in secret, sometimes openly. And also, like, I was watching a video last night, and this guy was talking about how he went into a church that the people said they don't believe in doctors, but several of them had glasses on that they got because they went to an eye doctor that told them which ones they needed. And I just found that kind of funny. I don't know, maybe I found it funnier than most people would, but I found it funny. So anyway, the next one is the working of miracles. And miracles do happen every day, and I feel the purpose of the miracles are more about the faith they provide others than the actual miracles themselves. Because if a miracle happens and it directly affects one person, but dozens see or know about it, those dozens are also being provided a miracle that strengthens their faith. Which kind of goes back to the whole, the gift of faith. You know, if somebody is praying for a miracle and asking for a miracle, and it happens, like, how many people are going to be affected by that? Even if they're not affected directly, just witnessing it, they will be affected by it in a positive way. So anyway, the next one is the gift of prophecy. Some people will have dreams or visions, and others will simply have a strong feeling that they can't exactly explain. Prophecy is given to people to let others know what is to come, whether it's about revelations or a more personal aspect of something that is going to happen with an individual or an entire church. It could be a warning, or it could be a blessing. And you know, again, growing up, you know, the church that I was in, you know, they did that. They had prophecies all the time, and it was just a normal part of the church every day, or every week, however you want to look at it. And I remember some people being all distraught over what was being said, or being excited about what was being said. And there were people that would say, oh, they're that message didn't come from God and stuff like that. And so that kind of leads us to the next gift, which is the gift of discerning of spirits. Sometimes people have the ability to feel if prophecies, messages, or even strangers entering the church are coming from a place of good or bad. And I do include prophecy in this, because although someone with the gift of prophecy may come from a place of good, sometimes evil can get a message through to them as well. And it's important to have someone that can tell if something or someone is intended to help or hurt the church, or even just an individual. Because, if you have someone in a church telling somebody, oh, go do this, this is a prophecy, go do this thing, and the message was somehow given to them by an evil spirit rather than by God, and the person goes and does it, it's going to hurt them. So the gift of discerning of spirits is also very important. And the next one, the gift is diverse kinds of tongues. And the gift of tongues is something that creates a lot of controversy. But here's how I see it. You might have someone that's traveling come into a church, and maybe they have some doubts and their faith is wavering. Then someone will speak, possibly in a language they don't even know, but the stranger knows. And so that would be that gift, because they spoke words that they didn't even know what they meant, because it came to them. And they may not even realize, to them they may be speaking their own language, but it might be heard by the other person as the other language. And also there's the gift of interpretation of tongues. I will give another hypothetical for this one too. Sorry, I can't talk. So I will give another hypothetical for this one too, based on my understanding. Again, a stranger comes into a church. The stranger speaks in their native tongue, which nobody knows. But by a miracle, one person understands what they said and translates for them. I do think there is another side to this, though, because maybe God has given somebody the ability to learn other languages easily, so they can communicate and translate for others. I think this would be the same gift, but in a different form. So anyway, yeah, that's the gifts. And of course, there's different gifts within all of these. Like I mentioned earlier, the whole gift of playing piano, gift of singing. These are, I guess you call them tangible gifts. I don't really know what it would fall under, because I don't understand everything myself, but they are gifts, and not everybody can have them, because we're all different. And if everybody had the same gift, then what would be the point? Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to stop rambling now. And so please like, subscribe, comment, tell me your thoughts. I'm just really having trouble talking today. Sorry about that. Comment your thoughts, share the video, come back and watch some more. And I'll be back in 2 days with something. I don't remember what. But there will be something in 2 days. So every Sunday and Tuesday, that's the plan. So anyway, thank you. Bye. 40 fly, I could've drove the old school Chevy, but my fans something nice, so I'm rockstar ready. I could've left the VIP waiting, but they all waiting for me. I'm lightweight famous. Hold up, let me pose real quick.